Wait. Get that pump.
What's up, dude?
It's Friday.
What's up?
It's gonna be here.
Where's
Whole episode. It's gonna be my left arm. Can get
I need one.
so jacked. Left arm, bro. Do you even lift? Got a cute little pink baby
If you curl right,
dumbbell there.
if you curl right, you don't
Time
even-
and attention.
You don't even need any weight.
Just go a freaking 10 seconds.
If you
Alright,
curl it
good.
right.
What's up, people?
Squeeze
We
that
here.
bicep.
We're gonna talk about competition. Little intro of the episode tonight. Flexi Friday. It is still Friday yet. 9:30-ish. Mountain time. Competition. So,
Baby,
who's gonna win? I'm
I
gonna
can
win.
do more.
Competition. I win.
I can do more. I beat you.
Competition. Who's gonna win? Who has bigger biceps? All the competitions.
2 finger curl. One finger.
Can you hold that freaking thing like that? Wrap it around. Oh, baby flex. Alright. Pause. We're gonna talk about competition as Caleb, the father. We're gonna be a little bit quieter in this one, so hopefully you guys can still hear. Dad life. Good, we check on baby flex. But yeah, we're gonna talk about competition. We're going to talk about fitness and competing in the fitness gym, competing in sports, competing at life, competing in your job, and healthy competition, unhealthy competition. When is it good? When is it bad? What is even competition? Why do we have it? What's the importance of it? And why you should be competing each and every day.
Don't
For-
listen to a word he says.
Yeah, don't listen to what he said. He just made that up. Competing for each and every day, each and every moment, for every win in life. Win against the alarm clock in the morning, when it tells you to sleep in, hit the snooze, shut it off, kill it. Win over that, compete against it, and get out of bed, get to the gym, get to work. Be a dad, be a mom, and yeah, talk about it. Competition.
What are you talking
What is competition and competing? What does it mean to you? What does competition mean to you?
about? To me?
Yeah. What do you think of? Like, what's the first thing? Competing or competition. What do you just think of?
Think of a competition.
They
That's
have
happening. Like a football game.
football
Sports.
games.
I don't
What
usually.
typically?
I don't usually think of like, which is a great mindset to have. Like you're talking about, like win against your alarm clock, win against those types of things. That's not usually. And I think it's for most people. Most people don't think of it like that. Most people think of sports.
Yep.
As far as
Which is
competition.
that's like the bigger outcome thing
That's the
of
macro.
the
The
macro.
macro?
Exactly. And the alarm clock is
It's
the
the
micro,
micro.
because if you hit your snooze and whatnot, not getting in the gym, not training your body, if you're playing sports or whatever, competing,
Boy, no.
your competition in that event or whatever is going to go down because you didn't win in that micro competition with the alarm clock. Boom, son. End of the
Get some.
episode. Dumbbell drop. Like. No, we're not done. So, cool. I love it. So, competition. I mean, that's what I would think of right off the bat. Like, competing, in sports, you're competing against another team, whether it's individual, whether you're running a race, whatever it is. That's basically what I think of right off the bat. So, a quick little shout
No pun
out.
intended. Because baseball, which is sports and competition. Right off the bat.
I was thinking of a bat that flies, but
Really?
no, I didn't think of anything. But quick little shout out, if you guys have never heard of Compete Everyday podcast or Compete Everyday on social media, Instagram, check out Jake Thompson. He's a pretty great guy.
Sweet.
It's a lot of great content.
Sweet.
just shares quick little 15, 20-minute little episodes, podcasts, little clips about competing and competition.
I listened to one today.
What's that?
I listened to one today.
Yeah.
Forget her name.
Well,
It was an interview with the pro soccer player.
nice. I wanted to look up. I pulled up his Instagram. He had this post
It's actually really good.
a couple weeks ago, back in September, and it's a picture of this football player getting tackled, and it's this quote. It says, "Too many people we know are treating their career and their life like fantasy football. They're sitting back and simply hoping or praying someone will come change their life for the instead of taking action to change it themselves." And I think a lot of
That's actually
times
true.
we just go through life and we just react and we just respond to life's circumstances. Like, what's gonna happen today? I don't know. I wrecked my car, so I respond in this way. Whatever it is, it's easy to be a responding human being rather than a action human being. And so instead of like always kind of waiting for things to happen or waiting for that big promotion or waiting
Right.
for that event win or like whatever, that big break, or I'm gonna get lucky, I'm gonna hit the jackpot,
Be a starter.
I'm gonna win the $1 million lottery or whatever, like waiting for that moment. Why not go out and take that moment, seize the opportunity, and make it happen yourself?
Make an opportunity.
Because you're gonna find more fulfillment in that, and knowing that you did it, you made that choice, you went out, you got after it, and you earned it, rather than it just being handed to you on a platter, or just taking life as it comes and like, oh, what happens,
Yep.
So, yeah.
When I was younger, like in middle school or high school. Probably I don't know if it was high school. It might have been middle school. I love football. I always wanted to play football. Never did. But I used to run drills at my back home in the yard, hoping and wishing that one of the coaches from Conrad Weiser would drive by and see how fast I was, and then ask me to be on their
Really?
team. Yep.
I don't know, where? Did you ran where?
Like I ran drills or like.
Out in that front yard?
Yeah.
Where? Just
You
by
guys
yourself?
were older. Yeah, you guys had jobs. You guys.
You
were
had a
working.
car? You drove there?
Huh? No, at our house. At my dad's house.
Yeah.
I'd like run drills and like do football stuff.
But did you know like the high school coach like would drive by?
No, I don't know. I didn't know. I was thinking this
you just,
fantasy, this dream of
Oh.
like, man, that would be so cool.
Huh.
Just wishing something would happen like that to me.
Yeah.
Instead of making it happen.
Hmm.
I mean, I was younger, so I didn't really have the opportunity to make it happen.
Yeah. Right.
But same idea. Like I had this thought process of, man, why doesn't it just happen to me? Of this, I think I'm so great, and this coach should just drive by and ask me to be on the team because I'm just like kicking ass.
Well, did you ever have a moment where like after a while like it didn't really happen, like you just felt like
No,
bliss or like just kind of
I got over it.
okay. Nice.
But
Love it.
But
Good.
when it didn't, like when I would go back inside, I guess it would be like I'd go back inside and I'd just be like, kind of like bummed out. Nothing happened.
I mean, I think there's part of me, even now, like, just in CrossFit, like, part of me is, like, every time we were competing, like, we did a competition a couple weeks ago, and it's just, like, I think it's that natural human tendency of, like, oh, yeah, look, I want people to, like, see my talent and see, like,
Oh yeah.
my hard work that I worked so hard for and whatnot, and, like, maybe I'll get asked on the team, or, maybe I'll just be, like, people just notice me, and...
I asked for you to be on the team.
Yeah. Thanks.
Doesn't mean anything.
No, it means a lot. I mean,
Flexi boys gotta stay together.
Yeah.
Together.
I guess. You almost ditched out on me, but
I was this out on you.
yeah,
Just this out on me.
No, you wouldn't go get a team.
No, you were going with Taylor, so we
Alright,
decided to
forget
go with Tracy.
T-Rex Flex all the way. Epoxia 2019.
Team
Coming for you.
T-Rex Flex.
T-Rex Flex.
T-Rex Flex.
Could have been like Trex Flex.
What's that mean? What's a Trex?
Trex like T-Rex. Trex. Because it's T-R-E-X. Trex.
Mother truck and flex. All that.
Mother Trex and Flex. I like it. It's too much.
Anyway.
Too wordy. Trex Flex. It's like a Trix cereal. Trix. The Trix cereal. Oh, I had some chips today. It was Flex chips. Literally. Let me show you the camera. Watch this. Literally. Check this out. Literally. Flex.
Let me see.
It's
Let's
protein. It has literally like, 9. Wait.
Let me see that crap.
It has 10 grams of protein in these bad boys. Flex. See that?
Hey, stop moving it.
Oh, yeah.
Stop moving it. Popcorners.
Protein crispy chips. Barbecue flavored. Only at the YMCA.
Look at this.
Boom.
The like the barcode. It's the guy claiming.
That's because he's flexing, man. Go ahead and flex. It says.
Anyway,
So yeah.
so main point 1: don't live in such a way where you expect everything to just be handed to you.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not.
Don't just respond
Life will run over
to
you.
life situations. Take advantage and create a lot. Like I shared like a story a couple days ago. Like, don't live a life, create a life. Okay, so it's not about like living someone else's life or living what the social media is telling you, or just like what your parents are telling you, or what your boss is telling you, whatever your friends are telling you. Like, don't live a life that they want you to live, or even that just some random's life, like you're gonna live that person's life. No, you are your own individual self, and that's the beauty of being a human. Like, you get to create a life that has meaning to you, has purpose, and you find joy in. Mainly in the Lord, but like go out and create that life. Don't just be waiting for life to come to you and be like, oh yeah, boom. Now you've been planted with Shazam superpower, whatever, and there you go,
Did you say
Shazam.
Shazam?
Shazam. Shazam.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Also, something to keep in mind is competition is so healthy if you respond to it right, and failing and losing. If you respond to it right, it can be so healthy because we did a competition 2 weekends ago. So last weekend, 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago, and we got first, and I got home. No, it was the next day. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the next day. No, maybe it was a couple days later. Anyway, we did a workout, and I was like, oh yeah, we got first in that competition. I'm freaking thebomb.com. I can slay any other workout now. And I was so humbled. Did the workout, destroyed me. I got like way less time than everybody else. And it was like, it was healthy in the fact
You did the class? Oh, what?
Well, we did the class workout.
Oh.
We didn't do it for the class then.
Yeah.
It was that one, I forget which one it was,
Gotcha.
that we did. It was a toast bar. And whatever else, when it was.
Huh.
And it was like, it was just like a realization of work out with people that are fitter than you. And this is for workout related, I guess, but do stuff that's better. Like, when I was skateboarding a lot, which I still love, but when I was doing it a lot,
Yeah.
and snowboarding, people were always like, skate and snowboard with people that are better than you.
Yeah.
They'll make you better. Like, you will get better.
Yeah.
Because you're competing with these people that are freaking good, fit, if you're in the fitness industry.
Yep.
And they'll just make you better.
Yeah. And that's not
reality.
just about in fitness and sports.
No, not at
like
all.
that is really in life and business. Like they say you become like the 5 people that you hang around the most.
yourself with, yeah.
So if you surround yourself with people that are like-minded and are like, getting after it and are just successful, and not just successful like money or material wise, but like just wanting to become a better
can be
man
emotionally
and woman,
strong.
like just solid human being and wanting to grow in every aspect. Like surround yourself with those people, and you yourself will grow because you'll see your weaknesses when you put yourself up against people that are like you or like better. So and that's the thing. If you never,
And
that's
bring
the
it
thing
down.
with failing too. What's that?
And bring it down. Like if you hang out with people, if the 5 people that you hang out with all the time, if you're wanting to get up, an hour before work, just do whatever. But the only people you hang out with are people that sleep in till 5 minutes before they go to work. You won't ever, very highly, will you ever get up when you want to.
Yeah.
Because you have all these people surrounding you, like encouraging you not to, because sleep's way better.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
Yep.
Not gonna happen.
And like I was just saying about like, and when you do that, like you're gonna lose. You're gonna have times where you fail, like he was mentioning, and so often I think we have a bad like idea or like a misconception of what a failure. And we think it's a bad thing. We think like, oh, I'm a loser. I'm a failure, and that's actually not true. Is that it's more the fact that you lost or you failed. It's not that you're a loser or that you're a failure. It's just that, yeah, you failed and you messed up in the situation. So, and that's actually a good thing because it shows you where you need to grow in that area. So if you never put yourself in a situation and you never lose or fail in life, then it's probably an indicator that you're not going to grow very quickly, or
that you're probably stagnant.
You're pretty stagnant, and that's hard to do. It's hard to put yourself in a situation where you're potentially gonna a high chance of losing or failing,
or looking dumb,
looking like an idiot, losing your reputation or whatever it is. Like that's not easy to do, but it's needed because that's how you grow even more.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you see your weaknesses and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get better at that because, like, handstand walks in the CrossFit Games, like a lot of people failed them, and let me tell you, the people that did are working on those handstand, shoulder stuff, all that kind of stuff this year, because they don't want to look like a freaking idiot next year. Shout out to Hunter McIntyre. Boom. That was kind of funny. You should go back and watch that.
That's good.
Anyway,
But-
big shout out to them guys. They're gonna compete this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be good dudes.
Give me some fire.
The old Spartan race. But yeah, I mean that's because competition and going through like trials or adversity. Thank you. Adversity, trials, whatever you want to say, competition. I look at it all kind of the same aspect of how you respond to it. So a competition, competing, can be good if you respond to it well. Adversity, trials, those types of things can be good if you respond to it correctly. So let's say, you have an injury. Let's say you're an athlete and you have an injury. That's adversity in a trial period of time. Now, you can respond to that and just be so pissed off and angry at whatever, yourself, God, people around you, the situation, and you just get depressed and you don't grow. Or you can learn to do what you can do and grow in other aspects, learn patience, learn whatever it is you need to learn, and grow.
Yep.
And in that, you're kind of competing in a sense that you're competing against an injury. You're gonna let the injury get the best of you, or you're gonna overcome that in your attitude and how you respond to it.
Yep.
Adversity is huge. Like you should be running into adversity.
Yeah.
And seeking out adversity might be a little far, but like I would almost go to say to seek it, because of how much. One, it brings insane amount of mental toughness to go through adversity, trials.
Yep.
Like seriously, like if you go through adversity and trials, your mental toughness, if handled correctly, your mental toughness will go up through the roof. Mental toughness, emotional toughness, all those things, just get strengthened so much through competition, through losing, through failing, through adversity, trials, all those things. So much growth.
Intentionally and thoughtfully putting yourself into a situation of adversity. So like what he was saying is like, it's not that you're just like, oh, on a whim, just like, oh, I'm just gonna go right into that adversity because like, you know, I don't even care what it is. I'm just going all in, whatever.
No.
But it's like intentionally thinking about it, like with a thoughtful like mindset of like, I know what this is. I know what this means. I know it's gonna be tough. I know it's adversity. I know it's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna be uncomfortable. I'm probably gonna fail. Thoughtfully, intentionally, and then be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Gonna do it anyway. Yeah. And then through that hardship and hard times, you're gonna grow.
Yeah.
Freaking butt.
I think I like another thing with competition and like competing is that kind of like what we were talking about before is that there's healthy competition and unhealthy competition, and I think about just like sports and like high school and middle school sports like there's and we never did sports growing up in school, which is fine. You know, I would love to, and I think if I have kids, you know, I would probably put them in sports or some kind of organized team aspect, organizational team aspect thing because I feel like you learn so much about yourself. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to deal with relationships. You learn teamwork. Like there's so many things you learn
Talk about sanctification.
Yeah, you learn so many things you learn through team aspects like that.
Patience.
Through a team loss, through a team win. Like you learn about your own ego, your own attitude, like, and there's nothing like going through that with somebody else, another team, that it makes you a lot more vulnerable. Yeah. And you know, whether it's a coach or a teammate, they're gonna call that out. They're gonna see it, and you're gonna have to either own up to it or try and make up some stupid lie about it.
Don't be that guy.
So that's cool. That's what I love about competition, competing is just the team aspect. You grow so much through it. And of course, the downside, I think you can obviously get too caught up into it and make it your life and make it, you know, so stressful and it was just a thing that Rich Froning talked about, 4 times CrossFit champion and gonna come back for his 5th year open.
No, he's not.
Shout out to
He's not.
$5 million, get it back. $10 million. I don't even know if he would do it for that.
He said he would.
Anyway, he mentioned about going to the gym and doing fitness or sports. It should be a stress reliever, not a stress adder. So it shouldn't add stress to your life. It should relieve stress and tension and just testosterone or whatever it is. And I think if sports or competing or competition ever gets to that point where you're just so like wrapped up in it and so focused and you can't think about anything else and you sacrifice everything else, your family, you know, time with the Lord, whatever it is, like that's where this is me personally, I feel like it's gone a little too far and just kind of need to wrap in the priorities a little bit and just think about like, you know, where you want to go and maybe just taking a step back and taking a break from some things and so that's where I think competition can go a little too far, and if it's too focused on yourself and your own personal goals and it's not on other people, because I feel like winners want other people to win as well, and so it's not just all about you winning and getting credit, which come game day it is, but if you're gonna sacrifice other people's best interest or health or whatever it is, and you don't even care you just care about yourself, then I think it's going a little too far. So you got those two big swings of competition. I feel like you can go on and I don't know. I'm a big fan of competition, competing for life, not even just sports and fitness, but like I said before, competing against the alarm clock, competing in your workplace, just trying to be the best employee you can be.
Yep.
You know, healthy
Compete
competition.
against that sale.
Yep.
Also, going back to the competition thing, I think a lot of healthy competition and unhealthy competition goes to how you respond when somebody else gets first place and you don't. Or you, of course, you're gonna be bummed out if you didn't get first place, obviously. But are you actually gonna be stoked that they got first place?
Mm-hmm.
You know what does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe, like, it sucks. I worked so hard for that, and you get bummed out, which totally, yeah, you're gonna get bummed out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're like, I'm so glad they worked hard, you know.
Yeah.
So stoked for them. Now, game day, you're gonna do whatever you can to win.
Yeah.
But once that's over, and the results are in, you know, you'll be excited for them, happy for them. Because winners, when others.
Do you have any other
win.
competition stories growing up, teenagers?
I didn't really compete a lot, honestly, in sports growing up. Actually, there was actually a really good one. Now that I think about it, so a very humbling moment for me. So we did a lot of backyard football when I was in high school, and out of high school, my first year out of high school, and in high school, a lot of backyard football. We used to play. A bunch of dudes get together every Sunday, be full 12-person teams. You'd have linebackers, wide receivers. You have all of it. Anyway, we would get in teams and we'd play. And towards the end of the summer, we actually had other people get a team together and we'd play our team versus their team. We'd get our best guys and they'd get theirs and we'd play. And we played this one team, and I was the quarterback, which was fun. I'm not usually a quarterback. I don't know why I was a quarterback. Because we tried it and I ended up throwing really well that day for some reason. Anyway, it was really good. We crushed them. It was fantastic. I was stoked out of my mind. Felt really good, you know, like all that pride, whatever. And then it was either the next Sunday or 2 Sundays from then, we played a different team, Travis Raymer's team, and they destroyed us. I mean, like, especially me as a quarterback. Like, I could do nothing. Like, the dudes were so big, I couldn't even see over the line. I would get sacked all the time, picked off all the time. Like, just destroyed me. And halfway through, we switched quarterbacks. I did something else. Caleb Martin did quarterback. And it was just, like, so humbling. Because here I was like, man, the game before, it was like, oh, we destroyed them. But it was like, but part of that's like, okay, even if you get first in something, were you doing that great? Or was it just because the other team wasn't as good? Obviously, anytime you win, the other team wasn't as good as you.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? So then, all of a sudden, the next 2 Sundays, we play a different team, and we get destroyed. So now that team could have been really good.
Yeah.
But obviously, we weren't good enough to beat them.
Right.
And so, and in that moment, I could have been like, okay, screw football for the rest of my life. That was stupid. I'm embarrassed. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay in my house and pee in a cup and never go out of my closet.
It's a sign of
Or-
virtue.
Right.
It'll sting.
Bench warmers. Or move on. Grow
Yeah.
from it and be like, okay, I'm not near as good as a quarterback as I thought I was.
Look at you now.
And that's okay. Look at me now.
CrossFitter.
Not a quarterback.
2020.
You would have thought.
2024.
7.
CrossFit champion. 27. There you
Yeah, I don't know.
go. But no, like, I mean, that's like giving 100%, 110%. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. I mean,
Yeah.
it does in the moment. But, like, even if you're winning the next person beside you and you're giving 70 or 80%, like, are you really winning? You know what I mean? Like, are you winning with yourself and how you feel? I mean, if you feel like you're not giving your all,
Because at the end of the day, you're competing against yourself too.
you are.
I mean, that's
Because
I think that's the biggest competition.
Yeah.
Really is competing against yourself too.
because I have this quote on my Facebook page, and it's the person that let me just pull it up here real quick before I botch it all up. So it says, the one who gives 100% is better off than the one who wins but gave 50.
Yeah.
So even the person that lost, but he gave 100, he or she gave 100%, like, it's all about consistency. So if that person is consistently giving 110% each and every day, but he's still losing, eventually, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean, his competition or whatever, because if whoever, competition wise, the next person's only giving 50 or 70, like, it's about competing with your own self, competing with your own mindset, competing against your own body, and being aware of how much effort you're giving, whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, like, just being fully present, all in, whatever situation, moment you're in, like, just give it your all, give it your best, and that's all that matters. It's all you can do. So
I think growing up, like, playing a lot of backyard sports, that's kind of how it always was for me. It was like, man, why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I give 100%? Because I want to see what I can do. And so I'd always play, like, anytime I played backyard football, I'd always play with people bigger than me, faster than me, because I wanted to get better. Just because somebody was twice my size, I didn't want to let that stop me from being able to tackle them or something like that. And I didn't. Didn't let it stop me. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, it's just like swinging a bat. When you get at the bat, like, I don't want to swing because I might miss, and then I'll look like, a loser that strikes out all the time, like the strikeout king. Back play with Rick Warner and tennis balls.
King.
I'd rather just not swing, and then no one knows, whether I'm good or bad. I'll just not swing, right?
But
Well, no.
Never gonna hit
Not
anything.
really, You're not going to hit. Whether you swing or not, and you miss, if you do swing, you're still going to miss if you don't swing. Either way, it's a lose-lose. So why not swing? See what happens.
Maybe hit him on one.
See what happens.
So
swing that bat.
The encouragement is to compete against others, compete against yourself, compete against life, and try to change your mindset to that competition mindset so that you can win on a daily basis. Don't think about it as in sports and try to get your mind out of that kind of idea of thinking all the time, and think about it in life in general on a day-to-day basis. So I would even encourage you to write down, like, on a day, like, what are you doing today? Be like, okay, how can this be a competition? How can I compete in this? So that your mindset can change, so that you can get better, so that you can grow, so that you compete in that life situation, so that you can grow, so that you can get better, compete, grow, get better, compete.
Yeah. So another quote I pulled up on Compete Every Day Instagram page. It says, if success is 1% luck, 1% talent, plus 98% hard work, then why are you wasting your time making excuses for the 2%?
Dang, Gina.
Hard work.
Hard work pays off.
Hard work pays off. That'll be another episode.
Yep, there's so much that ties into this. It's like hard work pays off. You're not going to get to your goals if you don't put in the time and effort and compete.
Yeah. It goes back to, like, why? What's the purpose of the goals that you set for yourself? Why do you want to complete them? I think a why question is going to help you
That's why.
with completing those goals if you have a bigger why behind it. And yeah.
Biceps win races.
The arm pump. Oh, bro, you get a lift. There you have it, guys. That's the end of episode. Stay tuned for
Episode 14.
episode
Game
14.
changer.
Thanks, guys, for watching. If you haven't watched the last one, episode 13, we just shared a little bit about us, FlexiBros page, what we're about, the show, why we started it, how it started,
Episode
where we
before
want to
that.
take it, and how we're flexing, and how we want you guys to flex in everyday life and get after it. And we're going to have some interviews coming up here with Jessica Welch in a couple weeks, possibly. She's a CrossFit trainer at Talos, where we work out. She's a mom. She has her own little, not little, faith and fitness page, Instagram, Facebook. You can go check it out. Your Faith and Fitness.
Your faith and fitness.
Your Faith and Fitness. Check her out. We're going to have her on here in a couple weeks. It's going to be super cool. And
She's got
yeah,
a pretty rad story.
pretty sweet.
It'll be a good time.
Love it. From LA. Or not born and raised in LA, but I think so.
I'm actually not
Lived
sure.
in
I don't
LA
know a
for-
lot about
he
her.
lived in
I'm excited.
California for a little bit.
I'm excited. It'll be a good
But-
time.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Love you
Thanks
guys.
for the support. Like and share, follow, subscribe.
This YouTube channel.
We appreciate it. Get the word out. Get the encouragement out. Love you guys. Thanks for
Also-
watching in.
Take some pictures of your flexing. Tag us.
Yeah.
Old
We want to see your
Insta.
biceps. We want to
The
see
old
you just
Instagram.
flex.
Do some flexes. Tag us. And
Extra-
You're going to thing to for a chance to win a free
Yeah.
hug.
Prizes. A
free
free bicep massage.
No, gross. No, a free hug.
Extra flexi on Flexi Fridays, guys. Be intentional on that day.
Compete.
Like today. Because it's Flexi Friday.
So, the other encouragement is go subscribe to Compete Every Day's podcast.
Yep. Do it.
You won't regret it.
Instagram,
And
check 'em
keep
out.
Competing every day.
You can, yeah, they have he has a podcast and Instagram page. Good stuff, good words to say. Like and share.
Have fun
That's it.
with your weekend.
Love you
Go
guys.
watch the Spartan race. CrossFitters
Hunter McIntyre and
competing
Jacob
against
Hepner.
Spartan pros.
The Smith, what's his name?
Chandler Smith,
Chandler Smith. And I forget the other guy's name. Sean Sweezy.
Sweezy,
Schweezen.
CrossFitter
Sweezy.
cowboy.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway,
Ladies man.
have
Love
fun.
you guys.
Love
Have
you
fun.
guys. Compete every day.
Out.
Still flexing.
Time for bed.